This is the Used Car Dealer Podcast.
Hey, Zach here, and we have a great guest on the podcast today, Mike Trudeau, who is the Executive Vice President of Business Development at Montway Auto Transport. Mike, thanks so much for joining me on the podcast today.
Zach, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
So, as an icebreaker, could you share your journey and how you got into the automotive industry?
Sure. Yeah. It was over 20 years ago now. I was coming out of college. Went to a local Detroit university, Wayne State University, and it was time to get a job. And I started working for Enterprise Rent-A-Car and went into their management trainee program and spent 14 years of my career there. Got into the wholesale and remarketing side, calling on dealers and wholesale and rental cars, which was tons of fun. And then went into enterprise car sales for about 4 years before I left and joined an asset-based car hauling logistics company about 10 years ago. And I've been with Montway Auto Transport and car hauling logistics for the last 5 years. So been in the car hauling space now for pretty close to 10 years.
So you're the EVP of Business Development at Montway Auto Transport. And for those unfamiliar with the company, tell us how Montway helps dealers and a little bit about the company as well.
Sure. Yeah. I'll start with a little bit about the company. We were founded really servicing the retail customer when you need to move a car from point A to B, whether you're moving your house or, quote unquote snowbird or whatever the case may be. Recently within the last 5 years, we've always done a little B2B business as a company, but within the last 5 years, we've really jumped into the deep end. And, we leveraged our technology to help dealers with our Montway automation portal. So really trying to digitize the transportation ordering process is one of our goals. We will do orders the old way where you can always call us, text us, send us emails, carrier pigeon if needed. But really trying to digitize with our Montway automation portal.
So what are some of the interesting trends about the automotive industry you've observed from your lens at Montway as far as like dealership logistics?
I mean, ever since COVID, it's really, it's not about just being able to go to one sale and, buy 20 cars, with all the different inventory programs that are out there now, telling you where you should buy, what color should you buy, how many miles should it have, what year it should be. Dealers have really had a need to really move one car at a time. And that's something that we are experts in, especially, coming from that retail side. We understand the importance of moving one car at a time, just as quick as moving a full load. And that's really where we excel from a service side and speed.
So NADA, huge conference in the auto industry, just happened earlier this month in Vegas. And in late January, Montway, you put out a press release about a new M.A.P system feature. But for those unfamiliar with the M.A.P system, what is it?
So M.A.P is the Montway automation portal. It allows dealers to basically log into a portal, receive a lifetime quote. They could have set rates in there. They could receive an automated quote, either or, however it's set up. And from there, they have an idea. So if they're looking at cars in, LA and they're in Texas, or they're looking at cars in Michigan and they're in Texas, they can get a transportation quote before they even buy the car and kind of figure out, hey, if I buy the car for this and I got to transport it for this is what I'm into it for. So it allows you to do that, but it allows you to get that quote. And then most importantly, allows you to book the order automatic. That order comes to us. They'll receive notifications, status updates. The driver leaves on his mobile tracking. They'll receive lifetime tracking or geo tracking, but they'll always get the status updates, know where their car is, and have a good idea of when it's going to get delivered to them.
So what are some of the key features of the M.A.P update or new features that distinguish it from other platforms in your space?
So I think for us, it's a real good user experience. It's all open API. So, I mean, whether you can integrate it into your own transportation management system, or you use the portal itself, the UX on the front end, you can do both. For what we're really looking for is, for years, transportation from, a dealership perspective has always kind of been like the redheaded stepchild. It's a necessary evil, to get the car from a further distance. And a lot of times that's just in the car deal, and it's just not something that, you're looking at as far as, hey, can control this expense? Can I get cars there quicker? Can I decrease my cycle time? Can I get the car on my lot quicker? And really, that's what a third party transportation partner should be able to do. That's what we pride ourselves on. So the map that what we just released is more of a parent-child, if I get into the Salesforce world relationship, where a lot of dealerships, as we know, have multiple stores. So now whether you're an inventory buyer, you're a fixed ops person of a dealership, or a CFO or owner or GM, and you oversee multiple stores, you can go and see what's going on in each store. How many cars do they got coming in? Where are they at? What are the delays? Can you get those cars, booked into service? If you have 5 coming in on Wednesday, can you get 5 service slots on Thursday? Get them reconned quickly and get them onto your lot, by Friday or by Saturday.
So with over 1 million vehicles shipped, how does Montway ensure the safety and reliability of its services for dealers?
It's a great question. For us, we take compliance extremely seriously. There's a lot of stuff going on there on the public load boards, where there's some fraud going on with carriers kind of going on there. We're real selective in our interview process with carriers and who we will give loads to. Do we use load boards? Absolutely. But we also have direct relationships with carriers that have been working with us for a long time. So we really go through an extensive vetting process. And then most importantly, if something does go wrong, we carry a large umbrella policy on top of what a carrier's insurance would be. So you kind of almost get double coverage, I guess you would say.
And how do you see the future of automotive logistics and inventory management evolving? And what role do you see Montway kind of playing in the landscape as it evolves?
For me, it's all about forming a partnership. You're seeing, we have to conform to how our customers want to do business. I mean, that's the most important thing. We have to understand what our customers' objectives and goals are, what their key KPIs, their key performance indicators are, and really tailor a supply chain system around what the customer needs. And that's what we've really been focused on in the last couple of years, is really having a customer-centric approach to really being able to deliver, first-class service. I think with the dealerships starting, multi-rooftop dealers and dealerships becoming more at almost a corporate level, having the ability to have one vendor or multi-vendors that you can count on and oversee all your vehicle shipments can control your costs, in a much different way than what we have in the past. I think that's going to be needed. And then I think most importantly, it's, can we get cars on the lot quicker? Can we reduce that? Can we be a piece of reducing that overall inventory turn?
And any thoughts about like digital retail's impact on transportation in the landscape, like more consumers deciding to buy a car online or some of that service online?
For sure. I mean, that's one of the great things about our technology. I mean, with it being open API, I mean, we can integrate into any digital retailing checkout process. The customers, if they are shopping online, can get a live quote right there, and can leave with an out the door price delivered to their home. And those orders can be filtered right through the API to us, and we'll take it from there. So I mean, that final mile, that home delivery is a huge piece.
So if you reflect on Montway's journey from small brokerage to leading automotive transport company with over 1 million deliveries, what are some of the key lessons learned, and how do these lessons shape the company's future strategy?
For me, I think technology it's a tool, it's an avenue, right? I mean, and that's what we've learned, is that it is an avenue. at the end of the day, your team, your people really drive the business and the performance, and having those relationships and cultivating those partnerships, with our customers. It's really our drive on the service side. Having the technology is awesome, and it does help, but really striving to be, if your customer's using multi-vendors, striving to be that number one provider. That's our goal with every customer, whether it's a small shipper or an extremely large shipper. We treat them all the same, and we deliver what I like to call the customer-centric experience. And that's really where we've really gained a lot of ground, and it's been a fun journey.
So what's one of your favorite stories of how Montway went above and beyond to help a dealer in a transportation rut?
Let's see. I had a couple here, but I think for us, I think during COVID there's probably several stories. I mean, God bless the car haul drivers that are out there, putting all those miles out on over the road. But during COVID, there was times where we had to fly people out to certain places to go get the cars because a driver came down with COVID or whatever the case may be, and we had cars stranded in hotel parking lots, and just working the logistics of that proved to be challenging. At the end of the day, the customers understood, the drivers understood, but it was a challenging time, but I think we were able to come through with some real good success.
And any other stories outside of COVID, kind of you guys going above and beyond?
Yeah, I mean, I think the way I look at it is 85% of the orders always go through perfectly. We work in the 15%. So, our job is to be a problem solver, whether it's going the extra mile and finding lost keys, or sending a rescue truck if a truck breaks down, or whatever the case may be. I mean, that's just in our regular day. That's just what we do. I tell our account services team that, hey, sometimes you got to step back and look at the 85% that goes great, because you're in the 15% that we're working really hard to make sure that there's an end result, is a safe car delivered.
So lastly, what's coming down the pipeline in 2024 for your team?
For us, we're going to continue to grow. I mean, that's ultimately what we want to do, is we want to gain more customers, have more customers come on the Montway Automation portal, integrate with more customers than we have today. We have a few new relationships kicking off here in the first quarter that we're excited about, and even in a couple of early Q2. But we have a growing team. We're been in a growth mode here for 5 years now, and that's just what we're going to continue to do here in 24.
Awesome. Well, Mike, it's been a pleasure having you on the podcast, learning more about Montway. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Zach, appreciate it. Thank you.